Centrifugal pump replace motor bearing. Hello guys, welcome to my channel, and today's video is another maintenance video for the number 2 central cooling freshwater pump replace motor bearing. Dismount the motor. Disconnect the pump coupling bolts and nuts. Mount the tool and remove the motor fan. Dismount the shaft key. Loosen the screw of the fan side bearing cover. Dismount the fan side bearing cover. Check the bearing condition. Loosen the screw of the stator housing. Dismount the stator housing from the load side bearing cover. Slowly and not to damage the stator and the rotor. Check the stator winding condition and check the rotor condition without any damage. Make a match mark before the disassembly of the load side bearing cover. Dismount the motor shaft coupling. Remove the shaft key. Loosen the screw on the load side bearing cover. Dismount the rotor from the load side bearing cover. Clean the shaft. Unlock the bearing nut. Loosen the bearing nut. Dismount the lock washer. Remove the fan side bearing. Dismount the load side bearing. Clean the shaft before the assembly of the new bearing. Heat up the inner side of the bearing and assemble directly into the shaft. Cool down by compressed air. Heat up the inner part of the fan side bearing and install directly into the shaft. Cool down by the compressed air. Mount the lock washer and the bearing nut. Tighten properly. Mount the rotor into the load side bearing cover. Check the match mark. Fix the screw. Tighten the screw properly. Mount the stator housing into the rotor and load side bearing cover. Slowly fix and to avoid any damage of the stator winding. Mount the screw of the stator housing. Mount the fan side bearing cover. Mount the screw and tighten properly. Mount the shaft key. Mount the coupling. And check the coupling condition. Mount the motor complete assembly. Fix the bolts. Mount the coupling bolts and tighten properly. Mount the electrical wire connection. Mount the shaft key. Mount the fan. Check the shaft key. Mount the circlip and check the condition. Mount the motor cover. Apply grease on the load side bearing. Start and stop the motor. Continuous running and check the running condition. Check for any abnormal vibration. And that's all for today's video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.